Hey, I'm Mike, and I haven't seen anyone making videos on how to play Plunderstorm, so I thought I'd just draw it out for you. So with Plunderstorm, you can queue up by yourself, just solo, or you can queue up with another person, right? And usually I recommend going with the other person because you get more plunder from that, and plunder is just how to get your renown up to level 40, which is all we're here for, to get level 40 so we can get the mount and we can just go back to playing Retailer Classic. So there's only one map you play in Arathi Highlands, and it is Arathi Highlands. There's an N here, I forgot to put it's there. And what's going to happen is that you're going to be on a bird, okay? And it's going to be you and your teammate if you're playing duos. So you're going to have yourself here on that bird, right? Or you're going to have your teammate there on that bird. And whoever's the better looking in real life, you're going to be the one steering the ship. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to dive bomb, right? Usually on like the outskirts of the map like this, but sometimes there's going to be like a fortress. So like, you know, a little fortress and other, or maybe like a farm or something, you know. You're going to might want to land in there, and typically there's going to be an elite, and the elites will have on the mini map. If you look on the top right of your screen, it's going to be like a little mini map of the map, right? You've played WoW before, and it's going to be like a star. I apparently didn't learn how to draw stars, so thank you kindergarten for that. But it's going to be a star on your mini map, and if you kill them, they drop abilities. So typically, as a dive bomber, where's my black? There it is. You're going to dive bomb onto an elite, ideally, because that is wow. You're going to dive on an elite because it's going to drop an ability, and you want to get as many abilities as possible. But sometimes there's not going to be an elite, and you're just going to want to drop into, like, you know, there's going to be a bogey here, a bogey here, a bogey here, like, you know, 4 groups of bogeys, and you're going to jump on all of them, and dive bomb onto them, and you're just going to, they're going to kill them, and it's going to give you a whole bunch of XP, which you want. You want to get as much XP as possible because the higher level you are, the more damage your abilities do, and the more health you get, which we'll talk a little bit about that later. But anyway. So as I was saying, there's abilities in the game, and you're going to see them on the ground. There are little things, little icons, and you're going to pick them up, and you have 5 abilities. So you have, you know, your R by default is your kick, your range, and your auto attack. Your other one is your T for heal. Okay, and you're going to want to do that whenever you're low on health, and if you get hit by something, it stops casting the channeled cast. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That actually worked out really well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 abilities. Usually the 5 is like your mobility spells. You have like a barrel there or something, or like a chopper you can get out of situations with. But these abilities will all be 1 through 4 will be ones you want to use to attack other players with. And these will always drop from elites or sometimes enemies as well, but you're going to want to pick them up. And sometimes what you're going to see when you see an ability on the ground, you're going to see the ability, right? So we have an ability here, and it's going to have like a green. That's not how you do an arrow, but it has a green arrow. And you're going to want to pick that up because what that means is you already have that ability in one of these 4 slots, or maybe even your 5th slot. You already have that ability, and this one here is a better version of that. So maybe you have like the green quality, but you're going to now pick up the blue quality, or maybe even the epic quality, and it's going to give you more damage. So you want that because, again, the more damage you do, the better off you are. So what your focus should be is going around killing mobs and elites and getting as much experience and plunder as possible, because again, plunder is your renown. The more of it you have, and if you queue duos, you share that plunder that you got with someone else. So when they get plunder, you get plunder, so it just makes it so you get level 40 faster. So you're going to want to get as much plunder and as much experience as possible, so you level up. You want to, you know, these guys here, you want them to go level up, level up, level up, level up, because eventually what's going to happen is you're going to run into other players. And now before I get into that, actually I should talk about the circle. So on the map, if you open it, there's going to be like this big circle, right? And that's everything here is bad. So you don't want to be in that because it's going to do damage, it's going to kill you. You want to be, there's going to be like a little, do I have a white? I have a gray. Does this work on white? Let's see. It does, wow. So you're gonna have like this circle, right? That's a circle, sure. So you're gonna have the circle, and in this dotted circle is the safe zone. If you're in this safe zone, you're not gonna be taking damage from all the stuff on the outside. So this circle, this dotted circle is gonna be closing in more and more as the game progresses. And on the left side of the screen, you're gonna have like a little timer. That's way bigger than it actually is, but it's gonna be like a timer that's like, you know, kind of slowly goes down, and it's gonna be like, you know, the cloud moves in X seconds, and then this cloud is going to start shrinking, 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 and eventually there's going to be a safe zone. And basically what that does is makes it so that eventually you're not going to have enough or any more NPCs to kill or no more plunder to get. Whatever you have, and in this safe zone, like typically near the end of the game, but sometimes even outside of the end of the game, you're going to be fighting other players, and there is not many places to hide, and you don't have much more abilities to get, upgrade, or any more experience to get. Whatever you got, and you gotta do it. It being kill the players. So again, the focus is PvE, but every once in a while you'll be fighting other players. And when you fight other players, all that experience that you gained, ideally it's gonna give you advantage because you're either going to be many levels above them or you're going to be around the same level and it's not gonna be a disadvantage for you because you don't wanna be level 6 and then be level 10 because they do more damage by default. So when you're fighting NPCs, but especially when you're fighting other players, remember that you have a double jump. So you wanna take advantage of that. So you can press your spacebar twice and your guy's gonna, your bogey, your guy, he's gonna be over here chilling, right? That's a hair, get out of there. You got a guy, and if you want to, be a demon hunter in this game, you can just double jump. It's gonna be great for you. So you're gonna want to double jump whenever you can. I don't know why I said whenever you can. Doesn't really matter. It's not really a gameplay. You can do that if you want. But when you fight other people, you're gonna want to spam your R because that's you don't auto attack by default. So you're gonna be spamming your R. If you rebind that to another key, you want to spam this button, right? But sometimes your health, right? So you got your health bar. Your guy, this guy here, he's got his health bar, and you're like level 7. These guys over here, like your bogeys, you got your actual enemy here, right? And his teammate here, right? They're there, and they've got their health bars, right? And they are level, let's just say, 10. Ooh, not good, right? So what you're going to want to do is you're probably going to take a lot of damage, and so you're going to start losing health, right? So your health is going to start, let's go, Brad, come on. Your health is going to start dropping, and suddenly you're going to only have like this little sliver of health left. So what you're going to want to do is if you have a mobility on your 5, you're going to want to spam that. So this guy can ideally get as far away from them as possible. So then where's my T? So your T, ideally then you're going to want to spam your T. It has like a 20-second cooldown, and I don't think if you're like low on health, it won't bring you up to full. It'll bring it up to like, I don't know, 60 or something %. But either way, it's better than being on 1%, right? So you want to get your T off as long as possible. Remember, if you get hit, you stop channeling that because it's a channeled ability. So if you get hit, you don't want to just spam T and right beside them because you're just going to get 1% health and then not get any more. So make sure you're in a safe spot before you use your T. And regardless of whether you're playing solo, but especially if you're playing duos, you ideally want to have a good mix of melee and ranged abilities because for people that do start running away, you can spam hit them with a ranged ability like the Holy Shield or like whatever that crystal looking spell is. And if they're casting their heal, you can hit them and stop that cast, which is great. But also if they get close, they're still in trouble as well. You're not just spamming your auto attack, which is not going to do as much damage as, for example, an arcane bomb or a fire whirl. But yeah, so now back to here. So we're done healing, and we're going to go back and fight these bogeys, right? So our guy, full health, is coming back over here. That's backwards. Why did I put the cap on? So we've got this. Our guy is back here, and our teammate is also here, right? Don't forget playing duos here, and we've got also full health, but we are still, and this is like, just forget this guy. This is the guy doesn't exist anymore because he teleported and healed, right? So these guys, we're still level 7 too, right? So we're still fighting those guys. And so what you're going to want to do is you're going to spam these abilities, like your 1, your 2, your 3, your 4, depending on what you got. Sometimes you'll have like on your 4, you'll have like the Night Fae ability or like a invisibility thing, which actually was really good to like get out of sticky situations alive and stuff. So you're going to want to use these abilities. So if you have like Arcane Bomb, for example, it's if you play Devoker, it'll be kind of like a channeled cast where the longer you channel it, the more damage it does. So for example, if you're casting your Arcane Bomb, you're going to have a little cast bar, right? This is your cast bar, and it's going to be like here, here, and here. So if you cast this long, you're going to do like, let's just say 10 damage. But if you cast this long, 30 damage. This long, you're going to do like 50 damage. So if you can afford it, you want to do as long as a cast as possible. So there's a few abilities like that, like the Arcane Bomb, there's the Slicing Winds, but there's also other abilities like Fire Whirl, for example. And that's just like this big tornado that just, chases them down. Or you've got your, I think it's like Lightning Whirl or something like that. And it's just like, it puts a circle on the ground, and then it's just like, I don't have a brown, I'll just use black. It just kind of like the ground, right? But in these events, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure you're casting whether it's your Arcane Bomb or your Fire Whirl or whatever ability, you want to make sure you're actually facing the enemies that you're casting it towards. Because if you shoot your Arcane Bomb and you're facing this direction, your Arcane Bomb is going to go over here. But your guys, it's kind of hard to see them, but they're right here, right? Those are where your guys are, and you're this way, and you want it over here. So you want to make sure to do it that way. Same with your Slicing Whirl. Like if you have a Slicing Whirl, just use orange for that. Your Slicing Whirl is going to go this way. Can you see that you want to face that way? And same with your Holy Shield. Like if you got your Holy Shield, you want it to go this way as they kind of mix some of the colors here, but you want it to go this way as well, and then hit them and not that way. All the while, don't forget, you're spamming your R. Your R is your melee. Your R, it's your auto attack. It's not going to happen by default. It's not like, wow, when you can just sit there AFK, arms up and just nothing's happening. No, nothing is going to happen. You want to, it's R here. You're just going to spam this R, right? You're going to spam this R on these guys. Is that where they are? Yeah, on these guys. Let's just redraw them really quick. Where's my bread? There it is. There you go. Easier to see now. So you're gonna spam your R on these guys, right? Because you want that melee attack, because all these have cooldowns too. Like your abilities have cooldowns, so you want to make sure when those abilities are on cooldown, you're spamming your R. And if you're running away for a heal, you're gonna do T here, and you're gonna come back into the fight. Same with your partner. He ideally should be doing the same thing stuff, and you want to like coordinate with him. And that's the other thing too is if your teammate, right, if your teammate is over here and you're picking a fight over here, what you doing? I think I covered all the basics outside of the one other thing, which is if your teammate were to die, so if like this guy over here, he's dead. The way that you res him is you need to bring yourself. So if you're, you need to go all the way over here, and you just stand like there's like a little circle on him. It's like I think it's. I don't have a yellow, so we'll just use green. You stand in that circle. I think it's like 20 seconds. That's really long. You stand in that circle and eventually res them. Don't heal or anything, because I think that interrupts it too. So you just need to stand in that little circle for that long, and eventually he reses, and then that's it. The downside though is if he is in a place with this, remember the circle that I was talking about earlier, this outside that's going to kill you. If this is moved in and this is now the circle here, if he's over here, this guy can't be running over here, because what you're going to do, this guy. Your health, it's going to go, there's not red, your health is going to go down, and you're going to die as well. And then you're going to have to, I want to do capitals and not capitals, leave match, right? And you don't want to do that. And actually, one other thing I remembered is that every day, the first game you play, I believe whether it's win or lose, you're going to get like 800 plunder or something like that, or 250. I don't remember. You get bonus plunders like do at least one match a day. But also every game that you get into, there's going to be a quest. Like once you land on the ground, you're getting a random quest, and it's going to be on the right side. You're going to have, I don't know, I drew a box, but it's going to be like quests, and it's going to be like open 2 chests or kill 10 Kree, or kill 2 and you want to make sure to do that because one, you get extra bonus plunder for that, which again, plunder's over here for. But there is no 2. There's only just 1. You want to make sure to do that quest because you get more plunder. That's really the only point of that. But that's how to play Plunderstorm. Hopefully you found this helpful. I know no one else is doing these videos, so I thought I'd just kind of jump in and just show you guys how to do it, just because it could be fun if you're interested in that stuff. So make sure to like my subscription. I didn't spell that even remotely right. Make sure to hit the notification bell on my comments, and make sure also to check the description box for all your social media, like yours specifically. So yeah, I mean, this seems pretty simple to me. If you have any questions, honestly, I would just save them because you're kind of beyond hope. So if this doesn't make sense to you, then you're lost. So there is no hope for you. Anyway, thanks for watching. I love you. Happy April Fools.